Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 4, Episodes 10, 11, and 12. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I did not forget my Miami girls. But so much has been going on, y'all. I just didn't have the time. As you guys know, I was in Mexico. I had prepared for my friend's wedding. So with all that, Miami got left to the wayside, but we're here to do a brief catch up. Now, I do want to give you a quick disclaimer. This recap is not going to be too lengthy. I'm going to just give a brief overview of what happened in 10 and 11 and mostly spend my time on episode 12, okay? But in episode 10, the main thing that happened was the dinner with Adriana, Kiki, and Larsa, and Adriana being super disrespectful and bringing up Larsa's old friends, the Kardashians and Kanye West. Adriana kept bringing up how she's seen Kanye West's penis, and we know that things are touchy with Larsa and Kim because they fell out. Larsa is annoyed. She's like, look, Adriana, don't talk about my friends. Don't talk about my former friends. And especially don't talk about my former friend's soon-to-be ex-husband. Like, you're out of line. Stop. Now, y'all know I don't care too much for Larsa. I think that she has a very nasty attitude, but I was on her side in this one. I feel like Adriana has this very weird fixation on the fact that Larsa used to be friends with the Kardashians. I think that she's fascinated by it, but she's also very jealous and intimidated, and she wants to embarrass Larsa and remind her that they're no longer friends. I have to say, watching these last 3 episodes has really shown me how immature and petty Adriana is. I'm like, baby girl, you are in your 50s, and you are just way too immature. Like, I don't know what's wrong with Adriana, and she acts like what she's doing is fine. It's like, girl, can you grow up? And I was here for Larsa getting up from the dinner and being like, shout out to everybody, I have fun.
Oh! Shout out to everybody, I had fun.
I gotta be good.
Because I'm not going to sit up here and be disrespected. You mentioned my former friend. I told you don't bring that up. You continue to be disrespectful. So now I'm going to remove myself from the situation. And then when Larsa left the dinner, Adriana has the nerve to play victim like, well, what did I say wrong? She can't take a joke. It's like, Adriana, can you stop with this bad B acting? You know good and damn well what you're doing. And the end of episode 10, we see all the ladies at Guerdy's charity event. She raises $18,000. The event looks nice. It was a really pretty fashion show. And we see that the mess continues. Now, I just have a thing about people fighting at other people's events. Like, do that somewhere else. Guerdy put a lot of time and effort to have this charity event. So the least y'all can do is be respectful and leave the BS at the door. But of course, Adriana can't help herself. And being mature is too tall of an order for her, so she has to pick at Larsa even more. So Larsa's like, girl, do you remember what happened the night before? You were sitting up there being disrespectful, talking about my former friend's husband. I told you to stop. You also called me a bitch. And we see this behavior in episodes 11 and 12, because in episode 11, they're all having Alexia's bachelorette party at the Versace mansion. And a quick side note, I absolutely love the Versace mansion. That food is chef's kiss. I had the lobster spaghetti, and baby, stop playing with me. I mean, it was everything. And of course, you have to take a picture in front of that gorgeous fountain, that iconic fountain. I mean, Gianni Versace did that. But anyways, they're celebrating Alexia's bachelorette party, her final few nights as a single woman, and they go and have dinner, And once again, Adriana is bringing the BS. You have Adriana hitting below the belt, and then she has her nerve to say that Larsa hits below the belt. I'm like, sis, you came at her first. You can't hit somebody and then be mad if they end up punching you out. I was also annoyed in this episode because Marisol is just being such an asshole to Nicole. Dr. Nicole, I said, I want you to give up trying to make peace with Marisol. Just you stay over there, let Marisol stay over there, and just leave it alone. I'm not begging anybody to speak to me, to be my friend. I'm not doing it. I'll reach out and extend an olive branch one good time, and that's it. I would have paid Marisol dust that entire night. Nicole seems very sweet. You can also tell that she's very sensitive, and it bothers her when somebody is mean to her or upset with her. And I get that. But at the same token, don't ever let anybody see you sweat. If they're paying you dust, you pay them dust right back. We also see in this dinner, Julia confronts Larsa about that wedlock comment in the Hamptons. So Larsa's upset and she's calling Julia a follower of Adriana. And Julia's like, look, it's not about me following Adriana. It's about you hurt my feelings with that comment. And again, Larsa, just own up to it and apologize for making that comment. Also, you really are in no position to talk when you were still dating men while you were married to Scottie Pippen. So folks would call you an adulterer. And please spare me with, well, me and Scottie had separated years ago. Yes, that might be true, but you were still legally married. So be that as that may, you were still stepping out of your marriage to see other men. Period, point blank. It's really weird to me because Larsa has this holier than thou attitude. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, she's always involved in some scandalous situation. So I'm like, well, how does that work? So we move on to the finale episode, episode 12, and we started off with the continuation of all the ladies at the Versace mansion having dinner for Alexia's bachelorette party. And of course, Adriana and Larsa are still going at it. So we hear Adriana calling Larsa evil, and then she says, you've always thought that you were better than everybody, especially me. So I'm like, there go those insecurities yet again. Because again, nobody can make you feel badly about yourself. I just want people to stop putting the onus of self-esteem on another person. Someone else's confidence about themselves should not have you rattled. You should also feel like you're the baddest bitch who walks in the room as well. And when Adriana started name calling, saying that, you got a butt as big as Kim Kardashian and you'll never be her, and you went from Miami back to Chicago, back to LA to be a Kardashian minion, I'm like, okay, so maybe she was a flunky, but you're still jealous of the fact that she was friends with the Kardashians. Adriana is sick about the fact that Larsa is in a very A-list circle and all of her friends are celebrities. It eats her up. And this is why you need to be careful about what you say to people, because when they read you right back and you can't handle it, now you want to call somebody evil. Because Larsa is me in this situation. When Larsa said, I can break you down in 2 seconds, and she proceeded to read Adriana's whole entire life, she was like, girl, let's start with how you dress like a clown. You're an alcoholic. On top of that, nobody even knows where you live. We don't know how much money you have in the bank. And Larsa was absolutely correct when she said that Adriana is a very petty and jealous person, and she is envious that Larsa has leveled up, her stock has gone up, and Adriana, life hasn't been too kind to her. And there's definitely some resentment where Adriana feels, why her and not me? And I said, what a crazy twist of events that I would ever be on Larsa's side. I was like, Larsa, I ain't mad. I said, girl, go ahead. Because I would have read Adriana down even worse. Not trying to be super preachy, but when I tell you that when you level up in life, when you start doing well in life, whether it's in your romantic life, financially, career-wise, relationship-wise. It could be appearance-wise. You glow up, like you start really looking amazing. When I tell you, folks can get so jealous and so evil and so upset to see you shine. Adriana was a clear example of what a grade A hater looks like. But all in all, I was here for Larsa Pippen clearing the hell out of her because she deserved it. We see the next day roll around. They're still at the Versace mansion. Larsa had left the dinner early because she was just so irritated with Adriana's antics. So we see them all getting ready for a fabulous caviar breakfast. And Adriana is telling Julia how Larsa is just so mean. I'm like, again, the delusions of it all. How dare you start a fight with this girl? You're calling her all these names, talking about her body, calling her a minion. But then when she claps back worse than you and reads your entire life, now you want to call her mean and act like you're the victim. That's not how this works, Adriana. So now everybody goes down to the main dining room in the Versace mansion, which is just stunning even in the daytime. And they're all eating their caviar, and Larsa arrives. Adriana is sick to her stomach that her arch nemesis is back. And Larsa is like, look, I just came back here to make some peace and to have some fun. So now Adriana interjects, and she's like, you think that you're better than me, but you're not. I have a graduate degree, I'm going to Harvard, and I've traveled to 55 countries, so you're not better than me. I said, baby, your soul is really tortured because Larsa should not have this kind of hold on you. The fact that you have to prove yourself to somebody else is pathetic. You don't need to qualify your worth to anybody. I don't need to gain anybody's validation. I'm proud of myself. I love myself. It shows, it radiates to other people, and I'm content with my life. I don't need to prove, well, you know, I'm good too because I've done X, Y, and Z. I don't need to do that. I'm worthy just because I'm alive. Like, let's start there. The fact that Adriana is battling such insecurity is very sad. I was getting so annoyed, like, wow, this is a grown woman in her 50s trying to get acceptance from somebody else. At her big age talking about, you're not better than me because XYZ, I've done that too. Like, mama, you need to rest. It's okay. It's going to be all right. Larsa should not have you bothered in the least bit. I said, was Adriana bullied growing up or something? Did somebody make her feel badly? Because the fact that she has this much venom for Larsa and she keeps saying, you think you're better than me, it's like there's some deep-seated issues. And I was happy when Larsa continued to clear Adriana yet again.
There we go. Thank you. And you're going to always get it again and again and again.
And she was like, baby, let's talk about how you're really upset because you're not where you want to be in life. And that's why you're really upset. And Larsa didn't lie. The jealousy is seeping out of Adriana's pores. And Adriana definitely feels like she's not where she wants to be in life because she's had 2 failed marriages under her belt. I know she feels lonely because her son is in college. The fact that she doesn't have a husband or a lifetime partner, she's feeling some sort of way about it. Adriana is just seething at the fact that she wants Larsa's life. Period, point blank. We see that Alexia is annoyed because her bachelorette party weekend was supposed to be all about her, but yet again is about the ladies arguing about nonsense. And she's like, really? So child, we move on to the next scene. Larsa is at home. She's talking to her daughter and her sister, and she's telling them that the divorce is finalized. It feels really weird, and she starts crying. I think that this is the first time I've ever seen Larsa show any emotion besides that blank look that she usually has. But she just says that she's nervous about what's to come because she's spent her whole adult life with Scotty. Now we move on to a short scene with Marisol at home, and she gets a FaceTime call from Dr. Nicole, and Nicole says that she wants to throw a little something for Alexia since Alexia's mom is in hospice. So Marisol's getting emotional, and she's like, that sounds great. I would love to attend. And it is nice to see Marisol and Nicole share a sweet moment. So now we see Guerdy at home, and she has just gotten the news that Alexia's mom has passed away. Guerdy is distraught because today was supposed to be the day of Alexia's wedding, and now the wedding has been canceled due to Alexia's mom's death. When I tell you my heart sank, I couldn't believe it. I felt so bad for Alexia. I mean, from her son and Todd going at it to her just really trying to have the wedding of her dreams, and now it's all canceled the day of. I just really felt so bad. I mean, I know that's tough. But my heart really went out to Alexia. I just got super choked up. I know the feeling of losing a parent, so I definitely got very emotional just watching the scene with Guerdy breaking down when she got the news. And then when we see the next scene with Dr. Nicole at her house, and she's setting up for, it's not like a party, it's just a little ceremony for all the ladies to come together in honor of Alexia and her mom. So everybody arrives. I thought that Nicole did a fabulous job. And Lisa, can we talk for a minute? Because not only have you been extremely boring and very irritating and very self-centered, I might add, but the fact that you would show up in a neon green dress, like, are you serious right now? Everybody is in mourning for Alexia's mom, so why are you showing up to this ceremony in a green dress? And she felt so stupid because she kept saying, oh my gosh, I'm the only one in green, like, I didn't get the memo. I'm like, girl, you're 39, 40 years old. You don't know that when you're going to a memorial service or a ceremony about someone's death, you wear black? Like, what's wrong with you? But we see all the ladies at Dr. Nicole's house, and then we see Marisol and Nicole have a conversation. Marisol finally apologizes for her piss-poor behavior towards Nicole. She says that she's really touched that Dr. Nicole went through the trouble to do something nice for Alexia, and on top of that, she goes on to add that she wants to start on a fresh slate and how she was very cautious of Dr. Nicole. I said, Marisol, you weren't cautious of anything. You're probably jealous of Nicole because she's young, she's with a very rich man, she has a beautiful family, and she has a gorgeous home. And I think you're upset and bothered by that, in my personal opinion. Like, let's just call some of this behavior what it really is. A lot of this stuff stems from jealousy because there really was no reason for Marisol to be nasty to Nicole in the first place. So now all the ladies go outside to Nicole's pool and they have a beautiful ceremony for Alexia's mom. And I really started crying when they all went around and said something really nice in honor of Alexia's mother. And when Adriana said the prayer, I was like, well, finally, Adriana is acting like she has some sense. And then we see Adriana and Larsa hug it out, and Adriana finally apologizes for her very disgusting and vile behavior. So now we see the day of Alexia's mom's funeral, and Alexia, as anybody would be, is distraught. But she says that she's happy to have Todd by her side, and she couldn't imagine going through this without him. I was happy to see all the ladies get to the funeral to support her. Larsa couldn't be there because she was in LA, and Dr. Nicole was working. So the finale episode ends with us seeing an update of all the women 4 months later. Larsa's divorce is finalized. She is single, ready to mingle, having a good time, building her brand. Alexia and Todd elope to St. Bart's, and St. Bart's is fabulous. I said, I know that's right. But then we see the news about Peter and his domestic violence case. Alexia, like I told you in the episode 5 recap, you need to get that man some serious help. Stop coddling your son like he's 3 years old and get him some help. I would threaten to cut him off financially if he didn't start acting right. This is absolutely ridiculous. Guerdy made Vogue's best party planners in the US list. That's super exciting. I said, I know that's right, girl. I know the price went up.
Price went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Lisa, I don't care about her storyline. She didn't bring much, so I didn't really care about her update. Dr. Nicole is now a fiance with a gorgeous 10-carat ring. I said, love to see it. And Dr. Nicole, girl, who are you trying to fool? I knew from episode 1 that you would like to be married to Anthony. And girl, I would too, so... And then we see Julia saying that she and Martina have finally moved into their new Miami Beach home, and she is so excited to start this new chapter in her life with just her and Martina, because her girls are in Europe, honey, living the life. And then we see the trailer for the reunion, and it looks like it's going to be lit. They're starting it off with tequila shots. People are arguing. I'm like, okay, I think this Miami reunion might give us something that we can feel. But y'all, that was my recap for episodes 10, 11, and 12. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you guys here for this reunion. And as always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all later. Bye.